Hey all, Jason Levon, priest at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to another edition of Pause and Pray. There's a wonderful ministry out of Los Angeles called Homeboy Industries, and it seeks to provide resources to gang members in an attempt to help them transition out of gang life and into a new life of some sort. It was started in 1988 by a Roman Catholic priest, young at the time, named Father Greg Boyle, who was serving in one of the poorest parishes of Los Angeles in an area that had the highest concentration of gang activity. So Father Greg set out to reach out to those very people, those very gang members, with support and resources, but most importantly with love, with a sense that they mattered and had dignity and were worth something. And this has just snowballed from 1988 into this amazing ministry that it is today in 2020, Homeboy Industries, where they serve nearly 8,000 women and men every year, helping people move out of gangs and into life in a new way. It's a comprehensive set of resources that wrap around these people, everything from education to job training to alcohol and drug treatment and just group support and therapy and tattoo removal if they need that, because gangs are so affiliated with certain tattoos. And again, it's just a marvelous instrument of transformation in so many people's lives like Johnny, who for the first time now since 2010 finds himself off of probation thanks to Homeboy Industries. He's being trained as a welder and as a leader in some of the group work that they do at Homeboy Industries, something he never could have saw himself doing, a future he never could have saw himself embracing, he said, if it wasn't for people within Homeboy Industries who told him that he was worth more and showed him that he was worth more than all of the struggles he had carried and the harshness and violence of the life that he had been living, that showed him he mattered and was loved. And I would encourage you to check out their website and learn about all of the good work that they're doing. But they're just one of many organizations that enflesh that divine love, that is able to reach out to those who are caught in all sorts of struggle and hardship and uncertainty, and help those people help us experience the great gift that in the midst of all of that we are beloved. It's work God continues to be about, and it's work we need to experience in our lives throughout them. I mean, it's work Jesus needed to experience in today's gospel. It comes from the daily office from chapter 3 of Luke, and it tells the story of John the Baptist's work and then Jesus' baptism and what happens after that. But in the midst of all of that, John the Baptist, the text says, finds himself shut up in prison by Herod. There's all of this resistance and rejection of John the Baptist. And after Jesus was baptized, he spends some time in prayer. And I can't help but wonder if Jesus was fully human, as the church proclaims, if Jesus was struggling there, realizing that what laid ahead of him was all sorts of resistance and rejection, just like his cousin John had experienced. There also had to be some grief and uncertainty in the fact that his cousin John was in prison. And Jesus, in his humanity, perhaps didn't know what was lying ahead of him. And yet in the midst of all of that uncertainty and all of that struggle comes this beautiful experience for Jesus of his being beloved by God, his Father. This voice that comes to him saying, "You are my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." And again, in all of his humanity, I can't help but wonder if Jesus needed that experience of being beloved to help him continue to move forward, putting one foot in front of the other, stepping into public ministry and into all that he met there, the resistance, the rejection, and ultimately the cross. But it was that sense of being, that experience of being beloved in God's eyes that allowed Jesus to move forward in all of the life that would spill out of his moving forward. And what a gift then, an invitation for all of us to pause and to pray about today. to reflect on our own journeys and maybe those times when we found ourselves lost in doubt, in uncertainty and struggle, and then to reflect on the gift of coming to experience love reaching into all of that doubt and uncertainty and struggle and loving us nonetheless. And if you happen to be in a place of doubt or struggle or uncertainty right now and haven't heard it yet, let me be the first to tell you that in the midst of all of that, you are beloved by God, just as you are in all that you are. And I pray for the grace for all of us to experience that sense of belovedness more deeply, so that we can find the grace in it all, to continue to put one foot in front of the other, to continue to keep going and step deeper into the love that created, sustains, and continues to call out to each and every one of us. God's peace and blessings to you all.